All right. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. We went live, market update. Tonight, we're talking about how the Western financial world is beginning with the rollover of the new financial system in London. We're going to be breaking it down in this show. The title of the stream is It Begins in London. Going to go through our current events, cryptocurrency news, and then tie this all together with the breakdown of how London, England is leading the way in the Western financial world as far as rolling over to the new financial system. Big breakthroughs happening over there in that country. But before we get on into that, let's take a look once again at the market, at the prices. Oh, and by the way, special announcement. We have a very, very special announcement. So tomorrow morning, it looks like I'm about 99% sure that we got Reggie Middleton locked down for an interview on this channel tomorrow morning, 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, and that's going to be 11:30 on the East Coast in the morning. So make sure you hit the notification bell and let's check back in tomorrow morning. Exclusive interview with Reggie Middleton. He's the gentleman that has the DeFi patents, and we're going to get his side of the story. I want to hear what he has to say, have him provide a little bit more context on that situation. And I am going to be up all night doing a little bit more research on everything that happened in his case in preparation for that interview. But I'm super excited. So hopefully that is 99% confirmed. But just check back tomorrow morning. We're going to have Reggie on the show and have him share his story. So without further ado, let's make sure that we smash that thumbs up before we go down into it. Let's take a look at our market right now in the cryptocurrency space. 20,200 for our Bitcoin, 1476 for our Ethereum, and we have XRP at 45, just under 46 cents. Now let's take a look here at our Bitcoin chart. Take a look at the Sticks 15-minute chart. We can see here that my Bitcoin short, that is that yellow horizontal line going sideways there at 19,700 is my Bitcoin short right now. Okay, so I am at a loss at the time of this recording. You can see here 20,200 for the price. And I'm not going to get faked out. I'm not going to get fooled. I already explained my market update. If you want a little bit more in-depth on the market analysis, check out my live stream from this morning. It was only about a 14-minute long session, so it'll be a quick one for you. Okay, let's get on into our news though. So current events. Russia has informed the U.S. of its intentions to begin the GROM exercises. That's the GROM, GROM exercises. Now, apparently, the GROM exercise usually begins each year in late October and involves submarines, warplanes, ballistic missiles. Moscow is required to inform the U.S. about expected missile launches under the new Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty. This is normal. Okay, so let's not get excited. Let's see what happens here. These are routine exercises, but obviously massive troop movements underway. We continue to watch that situation develop, okay? Continuing on, bringing it back on over to the United States, where we maintain only 25 days of diesel supply, the lowest since 2008. It is remarkable how some people think this energy crisis is over. As we've been breaking down, Sleepy Creepy Joe releasing that strategic petroleum reserve and trying to keep things afloat until this election cycle. But as you guys are seeing, the strategic petroleum reserve is getting withered away, and we are only down to 25 days of diesel supply, okay? And after this election, we're going to see what happens. I am expecting that this thing's going to break way, way more to the downside to come, okay? Now, Peter Schiff, along the same line of thinking, the reason the U.S. has a lower inflation rate than most of Europe is the relative strength of the dollar. But dollar strength does not result from anything the U.S. has done right, but what other nations have done wrong. When the dollar rally ends, higher U.S. inflation begins. So along with this story here, keeping things afloat till the election, this has nothing to do with us doing the right thing. This is other nations failing faster, okay? And as we've been breaking down on this channel, this is why the BRICS nations already have, some of them already have their CBDCs out. They have new payment solutions outside of SWIFT. They're doing deals for gold. They're doing deals for real commodities, real value, no fiat paper money. China canceled all their gold derivatives. There's no longer any paper derivatives at many of the largest, I don't know if that's across the country, but at some of the largest banks, they've removed all of their paper derivatives. And you can see those nations moving faster towards this new asset-backed system, okay? Now let's continue on. Watcher Guru. Just in, U.S. company stock buybacks are on pace to reach $1.25 trillion this year, a new record. Now, tying this back, this is why I call it the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. The rich will continue to get richer because they have cash. They can afford to buy back real value. I also think that what's happening right now is they're dumping, they're exiting positions that no longer are going to make it in the new financial system, but then they're doubling down on the companies that are going to make it through. The companies that are still cash flowing, still have profit. Unlike Twitter, unlike all these other companies that could literally cut off 75% of their staff and still be running and actually run at a profit, right? You're starting to see here, this is all part of the transfer of wealth. 1.25 billion of stock buyback, which is just the rich, the people that already own these corporations, already own these shares, just doubling down, gaining more of their position, okay? Which is kind of what we're doing with the suppressed assets as well. During this time, we continue to just double and triple down on our investments of suppressed assets as well. In China, they are ordering their state banks to buy stocks to contain selling. So once again, they're relying on the state banks to keep things propped up over there in China. Here in the United States, the market gap to GDP, the Buffett overvaluation indicator, is still higher than peak of the insane 2000 internet super bubble before it burst at 150%. Inflation and debt levels were nowhere close to today. Let that sink in a moment. Now, that just reiterates our point. Those are just data points to back up our main thesis, which is we're still going lower. Today, I dropped 4 TikToks and YouTube shorts. I already did 1 live stream. This is our second time coming here today. And I already see my comments lit up on my post from this morning where I was talking about how, we're still holding a Bitcoin short. We think this won't last. Another fake out bull trap rally. I'm already seeing comments down below calling for $32,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year, which is possible. But I definitely, if I had to bet on whether new lows will get placed first versus going upwards of 30,000, which will happen first, 30,000 Bitcoin, or us setting new lows, I'm betting everything. I'm betting the house on setting new lows, all based off of these data points that we see right here. The Buffett indicator, still higher than the insane 2000 internet super bubble. So just one of the similarities that brings us back to the 2000 crash. We've already lined it up with all of the other crashes. The fractals are right there. Let's let this thing play out. In the meantime, Google just reported earnings. Earnings per share of $1.06, missing expectations of $1.25. That's a huge miss right there. Okay, and then the revenue was at 69 billion and the expectations was over 70 billion. So they missed on revenue, missed massively on earnings per share. And Google, just another one of these companies that could probably easily cut out about 25% of their staff. Their rumors are Elon saying that potentially 75% of the Twitter staff. Another example here, these companies, the thinning is coming. The mass layoffs are coming, which is just all these data points just add up. And they're not positive. All these data points don't equal a positive outcome. Eventually, we are very bullish on the new system, on suppressed assets that will actually run the new system, that actually will have value, that solve problems. Businesses that still have cash flow run a profit. We're very bullish on that. But in the meantime, we got to clean out this. And it's from the tech companies like Google, have to thin their herd. And then just in the cryptocurrency space, we expect 75 to 99% of crypto to actually go away over the next 5 years. So let's continue on. Real estate update, meet Kevin. Holy shite, Pulte Homes. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Pulte Homes. Literally walked away from 24 million in deposits for acquisitions because the real estate market is tanking. If a deposit is just 3%, that represents 800 million of deals canceled by just one company. Almost 1 billion of cancellations. This is a rough estimate from Meet Kevin, but nonetheless, hundreds of millions of dollars right there in cancellations of business just from one company. Upwards of nearly $1 billion worth of cancellations right here. So real estate in some sectors, in some areas, coming to an absolute standstill, right? And I have another data point right here. This is kind of just the consensus now. Economists expect U.S. home prices to fall by as much as 20% in 2023. As we continue to say, real estate is region by region. It's all about location. So, like I said, Midwest is going to be doing fine out there on the farm in the middle of America. But some of these markets already down 20%. The consensus now is that we are going to continue this recession into next year and that home prices are going to collapse into next year as well. Some markets are going to be worse than that 20%, 30, 40, 50%. Okay. And it's just all part of the reason why we still think we are moving to the downside. Let's get into our cryptocurrency update though. Gary Gensler. And this guys, this is all part of the joke. This is all part of the mockery of the American people, as it always is with good guy Gary. Entrepreneurs and small businesses are the foundation of so much that happens in our economy. Over the last 25 years, small businesses have created 2 of every 3 new jobs. They account for a substantial amount of goods, services, and innovation. Right, thanks for stating the obvious, Gary. Now, why don't you get the hell out of our way and let us innovate specifically with crypto and distributed ledger technology? He says, even though public companies listed on the stock market get a lot of attention in the daily news cycle, more than 99% of US businesses are small businesses. Their employees make up nearly half of the American workforce. And that is just, once again, reiterating the point where you need to get out of our way. The red tape needs to go away. The taxes need to be lowered. We don't need higher taxes. I just got my ballot yesterday. Definitely, as I have been voting for the previous elections as well, I will not stand for any tax increases, period. I don't care what story you got. No more tax increases, and let's rein back in the power of these 3-letter agencies like Gary Gensler at the SEC. I'm super excited to have a conversation with Reggie Middleton and see why did the SEC go after him? What is the whole deal about there? That's a very interesting conversation to be had. Check back in tomorrow morning, 8:30 Pacific Standard, 11:30 Eastern. We're going to be having Reggie Middleton on this channel for an exclusive interview. Going to get the lowdown on why the SEC, apparently they seized like 90% of his cryptocurrency, the Veritasium, or however you say the name. I'm still doing my research, but check back in tomorrow on that one, okay? But Eleanor Terrett sharing a couple inside scoops on a letter that came from AOC and Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren, standing up, Elizabeth, I got a plan for that, Warren, where they write a letter asking Gary Gensler to clarify what he's doing to stop the revolving door issue between the agency and the crypto industry. Full letter below, and here's a direct quote. Over 200 government officials have moved between government, public service, and crypto firms, serving as advisors, board members, investors, lobbyists, legal counsel, or in-house executives. Continuing on, right here. Oh, we got a super chat from Chad. Chad with the 5 spot. These are fire every single night. Thanks, Zach. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate the support. Appreciate all the super chats, and I appreciate you guys for smashing that thumbs up for me. We already got 600 in the party tonight. Let's keep it rolling. So, Eleanor Terrett, back to back from her. In Senator Warren, I got a plan for that. Let's do something great. Letter to financial regulators. She references the left-leaning watchdog group Tech Transparency Project, which did a report in February analyzing the number of Washington insiders now in the crypto industry. They are loving this crypto industry. While they bash it publicly, while they say they want nothing to do with it publicly, they're all going to work and get their check from these same companies. And then we already know what happened with the Ethereum free pass. Having read the report, I think it underscores the fractured understanding of the crypto industry. For example, the report refers to Coinbase, Stellar, and Ripple as being the largest players in the industry. How about that? Ripple, Stellar, and Coinbase as the largest players in the industry, with Ripple being the, quote, main competitor of Coinbase. Hinman is also referenced in the report, which describes him as being, quote, at the center of a court fight and media controversy over whether his ties to the crypto industry influenced the SEC to give Ether and Bitcoin a free pass. Crypto Law US and John Deaton are cited for this reference, and this just goes to show that the XRP army is winning. John Deaton and community is doing the best to expose all of this, all of the corruption, and this isn't a political issue. We can agree on this, everyone in America. We need to hold these folks accountable, we need to continue to apply pressure, and we need a level playing field. Get the hell out of our way. Businesses, entrepreneurs will innovate in ways that the market needs. Whatever the market demands, the entrepreneurs, capitalists will provide that solution. This is free market capitalism that made our country so great. Gary, please step aside and actually go after the bad actors. This is the funny part. The securities laws are pretty simple and straightforward, and if you are defrauding investors, there should be legal ramifications for that. Is the 3-letter agency, the SEC, the group to do so? Do they have too much power? Well, that's a whole other topic. But as far as protecting us investors, you're not doing your job. And now you're just getting in the way of real companies like Ripple. And then it goes even further. You're picking winners and losers. So that's where we're going to have to take your power away. That's where we're going to have to cut your... See, not only does Twitter staff need to be cut 75%, the SEC probably needs to be cut 99%, if not completely. If not complete. And this is why I love the internet, the power of the internet. If somebody's doing wrong in today's marketplace, they get outed. They go viral, right? If you're defrauding investors, if you do a scam, if you do a rug pull, whatever you're going to do, you're going to get exposed for it. This is where the internet brought us a level playing field. The internet is doing more to protect investors than the SEC. The XRP army is doing more to stand up for the whole cryptocurrency space than anybody else. And we're leading the way. We were sacrificed, poor XRP bag holders, but we will be rewarded. And we're about to get into that here shortly. Okay. Now, digital asset investor sharing this one. This was a prediction from John Deaton a while back. So a while back, John Deaton, I'm not going to play this clip, but John says within 90 days of when they were forced to turn over the documents is when we will get a settlement. Okay. Now, digital asset investor says, John Deaton, after watching this watching this clip, I'm convinced that we get a settlement and never see the Hinman documents. That's a pretty good prediction as far as I'm concerned there, DAI. And by the way, huge shout out to DAI for sharing a clip from our interview with Alan Staple. Huge shout out to DAI. You know, guys, it's been such a long time coming. I was talking with Farah, my wifey, and we were talking about how back before I even started making content, we would be on dates and I would be playing digital asset investor in the truck as I'm taking her out to dinner. This is before I even started making content. And now all we go fast forward here, and now we're getting featured on Digital Asset Investors channel. So huge shout out to DAI and all of the OGs in the XRP army trying to put all this together and expose, here in America, guys like this that actually are willing to talk about these issues. It's not crazy conspiracy. It's about standing up for what's right and exposing our government here in America. This is so far gone from what the founders intended in this country. But I think that his prediction's spot on. A settlement makes sense, and that allows them to hide the Hinman documents, and it would allow them to maybe cut a deal for that escrow. What I'm interested in seeing is, yeah, Ripple can cut them a check, but Ripple also has 50 billion XRP to negotiate with. And as we're about to cover here at the end of the show, we're convinced more now than ever that XRP is set to be one of the world's digital reserve currencies. That's a powerful thing, right? And the SEC, the United States government, our treasury, market makers for the treasury, anybody in the financial system that wants to win might want a cut of that, which I think is what's being negotiated right now, or has already been, the deals have already been done. What we're watching is a show. Will the case be settled up in 90 days? I would love to see that, obviously, but we've been here for a while and we will continue to be here until the very end. We will see this thing through, and when it's all said and done, we have invested accordingly. Yeah, absolutely. Now, XRP Pharaoh. The new UK Prime Minister worked at Goldman Sachs. Gary Gensler worked at Goldman Sachs. The banks run the world. They have people planted in many positions and connections everywhere. Let's look at how deep this goes. But we also have Janet Yellen conveying digital assets are an immediate priority as US transitions economy to stable and sustained growth. Well, we'll see if we make it to that stable and sustained growth after they burn us down to the ground. But reiterating the point, the West is finally moving. Janet, no telling Yellen, stating the obvious, right? That digital assets are an immediate priority. So let's use the SEC, let's use the arm of the regulators to hold back the space so that we can pick winners and losers, because we absolutely need this technology, and we absolutely need maybe a few XRP, a few of the reserve currency to help us in this new world. Now, that's my speculation. Nonetheless, what's being done right now? UK votes in favor of recognizing crypto as regulated financial instruments. This is from Watcher Guru, just came out here today. Let's check this one out after I give a huge shout out to eFog for the 999 10 spot super chat. Check your DM on Patreon, brother. Thanks. eFog, I will do that absolutely. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for supporting us over there on Patreon. Appreciate that. Okay, here we go. Let's check out this. So The UK's economy has been declining. Citizens have been dealing with a slew of concurrent issues ranging from inflationary concerns to the energy crisis. In the midst of all this, Prime Minister Liz Truss announced her resignation at the end of last week. Rishi Sunak has now taken over the position of Prime Minister. Sunak is pro-crypto as he envisions making the UK a crypto innovation hub. Amidst this situation, lawmakers in the UK voted to recognize cryptocurrencies as regulated financial instruments and products. So we are getting the full green light from the UK right now. Full steam ahead with the agenda. It's all right there. Rishi, you guys know where he comes from. You know what tables he's sitting at. I don't have to say the names. I don't have to name the groups. You already know. We're already tapped in and we've been watching these guys. Now, huge shout out to Fletcher. This is Fletcher on Twitter for tagging me in this and sharing this article. This article right here, what he's saying is one of Rishi Sunak's business partners with R3 in 2019. So the next Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, one of his businesses partnered with R3 in 2019. So we go and we check out this article. Infosys, Finacle, and R3 conclude global trial of blockchain-based trade finance. September of 2019. How about that, folks? So if we go and we take a look here at this next article, this article, Byline Times, is talking about a legacy of financial issues for this family, okay? And what we go on to see here is that this is family money. Much of Sunak's wealth comes from his wife, Akshata Murthy, substantial portions of which in turn is from her stake in the Indian company Infosys, founded by her father, Narayan. I'm not even going to say these names. In 1981, her dad. Infosys is one of the largest IT companies in India with a revenue of more than 16 billion and market value of $77 billion. Okay? So she has a 0.93 stake in this billion-dollar company, which means she sits on an estimated wealth of around 700 million. So everyone over there is kind of up, throwing their arms up in the air in a tizzy because, you know, he has a little bit of wealth. His family comes from a little bit of wealth. Rishi and his wifey sitting on a little nest egg. I think they said that the dividends from that share is like $11 million per year. And they're all worried because she's been avoiding paying taxes because it's a company based in India. Folks, I'm telling you right now, the tax law was written by the rich for the rich. And if they want to pay taxes, then they'll pay a little bit of taxes. But for the most part, they can completely avoid paying taxes legally. And you can do the same thing, actually. Just get your accountant and get your strategy right. And you can do a similar thing and you can build wealth for your family. So for me, I don't get riled up about that. What I want to take away from this is seeing that we have a new prime minister in the UK. His family's wealth, where he comes from, is a company that partnered up with R3 in 2019. Now, let me go back to this trial. Infosys Finacle, part of this subsidiary, they ran a trial here with R3, one of the fastest growing enterprise blockchain software companies in the world. The trial was completed in under 5 weeks. Now, the highlights. I just want to cover the highlights of this trial. They participated in both domestic and international trade processes by forming intra-country and intra-country groups. Let's see what's important here. 67% of respondents believe that by having transacting parties on shared distributed ledger, they can cut down the processing times by over 30%. 11% believe the improvement could be over 50%. Okay, that is all cute, right? No shit is the point. We knew about this and they knew about this all the way back 2018, 2019. Why do we know this? Because Bank of England did the proof of concept with Ripple XRP back in 2018. They partnered up with Ripple. So let's run through this timeline. Back in 2018, Bank of England partners with Ripple. Okay, so they're learning about distributed ledger technology, right? In 2019, we also have R3 cuts a deal with Ripple, right? For, what was that, 5 billion XRP? But they end up settling in court for 1 billion XRP. So R3, the first digital asset that you could use for on their platform, R3's Core to Settler, the first distributed ledger technology settlement was with XRP. Now they're chosen coin is XDC, but originally back then it was XRP, right? So Infosys partners up with R3 to run a trial with all of these banks, right? These participating banks include ABC Bank. I'm not even going to name this list, just about a dozen banks right there, right? And then now we see the family that owns this company is now taking over power in Great Britain, in England. The new prime minister, most of his wealth, $700 million of it, is tied up in owning a share of this company, one of the largest information technology companies in India, right? And this proves a point that the largest players, the largest banks and financial institutions have already done the proof of concept. They've already trialed distributed ledger technology. No shit, it works. No shit, it's better for your customers. Yes, it'll save you money. You know, you'll have trustless systems that you can build the whole internet of value on. You better be fighting for a piece of it, just like R3 did. They wanted 5 billion XRP. They ended up selling for 1 billion. Fast forward to October here of 2022, the Prime Minister of UK taken over, trying to make UK a hub for crypto innovation, and his company, they already did the test with the same companies that have already proven XRP for settlement as well. The first currency that was used, cryptocurrency, on R3's platform was XRP. And there's a reason why institutions like R3 tried to get their hands on 5 billion XRP. It's all right there for us to see. Now, Tony Valentino, money is power, and whoever controls the new financial system and blood of that system, XRP, will dominate. The IMF, BIS, etc. are all Western creations and tools. Wait for their announcements. Besides XRP, the West has F all to counter China, Russia, and BRICS as a whole. So Tony's telling us right here, and this is what we agree with. We will see who has the gold. We will see who has the XRP. But we believe these are the suppressed assets that are going to run the new financial system, along with silver, oil, natural gas, and some of these other commodities as well. But when it comes to actual currency wars, XRP is the only solution that is potentially there for these nations. Think about it. What else do we got? We're going to get everyone to use USDC. We're going to, adopt Circle's technology, and everyone's going to use USDC. And Swift is going to adopt USDC, and we're going to keep everyone on the Swift network. No, everyone's leaving the US dollar. Everyone's leaving the Swift system, right? The only answer to this that I can see is by backing their central bank digital currencies by gold or by something else of value, and acquiring and using XRP, holding it as a reserve currency and using it as a liquidity commodity. That's the only answer. The West has nothing left besides the world's largest military known to man, which we may use that weapon as well. But I really believe the XRP, not only did David say the XRP is a strategic weapon for Ripple to use, Ripple's been in bed with all of these players as well and willing to do deals if it makes sense. I mean, they gave R3 a billy XRP. We're seeing they're giving XRP only to their on-demand liquidity partners. Now, I got a question from one of my Discord members. They sent me a message asking about the potential for Ripple to leave XRP behind and for basically the Federal Reserve powers to have Ripple help them, but not use XRP. Let me address this question. Brad Garlinghouse has said that XRP is the heartbeat of Ripple. Right. Okay, so that's Brad's words. David said that the XRP escrow account is a strategic weapon, right? And how do you get the world to adopt your technology? How do you get the world to use your currency? In this new financial system, your currency is going to have to be backed by real value, i.e. have real utility, right? And it's going to have to be trustless. That's the secret sauce, folks. You don't have that with any other CBDC. Even if the United States decides to back their CBDC by gold, that'd be good. I'd be a fan of that. That's what I hope we do. Back the CBDC by gold, build it on the XRP ledger. You'll have interoperability with everyone. And please just cut a deal with Ripple. They'll give you 5 billion XRP and we'll be ahead. We'll have a level playing field, but we'll still be standing as a country. That's what I hope for, but that's my hope and prayer. Nonetheless, if you do not have real backing, real value for your currency, it will not be accepted. And even if it is, you still have to trust the United States. You still have to trust the digits within the screen that are displayed to you from our Federal Reserve, from our Treasury. You still have to trust them. Versus XRP, you don't have to trust anybody. That's the difference. That's the secret sauce. And that's why Ripple will not leave XRP behind. That's why Ripple will not be able to help these institutions, but it goes so much further when they get these institutions to adopt XRP. No investment contract needed, right? Just go buy some XRP. Or if you do want some from us, we do have 50 billion still, and $1 billion gets released to us each month. And in my opinion, Ripple is the righteous custodians of that XRP, and they will see through it that XRP gets dispersed into the financial system for utility. That's what they're doing right now. They're not giving XRP to exchanges, only to on-demand liquidity partners that are using XRP for liquidity solutions, treasury flows, and we're about to get NFTs. The smart contracts hooks is coming, and this utility run is about to begin. Tony Valentino, another one. We are entering a brand new world. We won't recognize it when the dust settles. Changes are coming. We have to wait for negotiations to complete. In life, we cannot be certain about much, but I've never been more certain of XRP becoming the world digital reserve asset. The world digital reserve asset, the most valuable digital commodity in existence. That's what I call it, right? But nonetheless, you guys can see where this is going. We are waiting right now for the negotiations to be completed. The negotiations could be completed for all we know. Now we just wait for the announcements. We wait for good guy Gary to announce the largest settlement in history of the SEC. Ripple's going to hand us $589 million. Whatever it's going to be, we know how this story ends. We have invested accordingly. I just want to say thank you to everyone in this community. We will continue to ride out this storm. And on that other side, they're going to need our assets. They're going to need our XRP. They're going to need our gold. They're going to need our silver. Our businesses are still going to be providing value to the world. It's a beautiful opportunity for us as they continue to stall us out. If we have to wait 90 days for settlement, if we have to wait another 6 months, God forbid we have to wait another year. I know what's going to happen to my bags if we have to wait another year. They're going to get just a little bit bigger. They're going to get just a little bit bigger. And I know you guys are preparing as well. Thank you so much for being tapped in. Cheers to everyone. Let's hit that super chat. Sorry, not the super chat. Thank you for the super chats and all the support. Let's hit that thumbs up for me and make sure you hit that notification bell. Tomorrow morning, exclusive interview, Reggie Middleton, DeFi patent, another banger of an interview. We're going to let him share his side of the story. I'm not thumbs up, thumbs down. Definitely not financial advice. I just want to hear what the guy's story is. What the hell happened? Okay, so really looking forward to that, and we're just getting started, folks. We got a long ways to go, but we got back-to-back bangers here this week. Had Alan Staple on. If you guys missed that one, make sure you go back and check that one, and then tomorrow, Reggie Middleton, okay? Nearly 1,000 in the chat tonight. Cheers, everyone. Thank you so much. I got just a few minutes. Let's take a few questions. Rapid-fire Q&A. Thank you. The timeline's so simple, guys. 2018, Bank of England Ripple partnership proof of concept. 2019, deal cut with R3 for $1 billion XRP. 2019, R3 does a test with Infosys. August of 2022, the Queen passes away. Yeah, that's another part of the timeline. The Queen passes away. Now we have a new king, King Charles III. Liz Truss steps up, sits back down after 45 days. And then Rishi steps up. Sunak. $700 million of his net worth is tied up in that company that partnered and tested distributed ledger technology with R3 back in 2019. Now wants to be the crypto innovation hub. Oh, also, what else do we need to add to the timeline? That's right, Ripple being part of the Digital Pound Foundation, as well as the Digital Euro Association, as well as the U.S. Faster Payments Council, and sitting at every single table that matters. Now, there's going to be multiple digital assets integrated in this new financial system. For us, seeing the UK finally give the green light, finally start to pass this regulations and give us clarity, it shows us that all of the West is going to follow behind. Because remember, the city of London is the financial capital of the system, of the agenda, of the groups and entities that I won't dare name, but you guys know who I'm talking about. Zach, how do you deal with ultra negative employee? Some people's mindset, yeah, you got to get rid of them. You got to cut them if it's too negative. Um, one bad person can ruin a whole company, especially small businesses. So that would be my advice: is if one person's messing it up, you got to cut them. You got to cut them quickly, because that toxicity will spread throughout the company. That's been my experience. What else are we working with, guys? Ripple Swell event next month, absolutely massive. Oh, where's that taking place? London, folks. I'm enjoying this show. I will say now, thoughts and prayers to everyone being affected. Let's see what the next false flag attack is going to be. Let's see what the situation is going to be, right? We're prepared for it all. But every day we continue to get reassurance that we are investing in the future financial system and we will be just fine. Great sound today. Thank you. After Zach's show, I'm watching Crypto Hulk. Nice. I saw a thumbnail of Hulk, man. That guy is jacked. Like in the thumbnail, the whole thumbnail was his shoulders. It's like, Jiminy Christmas, man. Would you put additional funds into XDC, XLM, or XRP if you already have a lot of XRP? For me, I've hit a target bag for XRP. I'm looking at my other assets though right now. That's me personally, because I've been buying XRP all the way down to 30 cents. So for me, I'm looking at some other assets right now. I told you guys I have a Bitcoin short right now. That's another way that I'm hedging my bet. I have cash on the sidelines right now. I know a lot of people say cash is trash. Cash, as long as the lights are on, as long as the system's still running, cash, the buying power of cash will get better. When the systems go out, no shit, you can't use your cash. I mean, maybe you'll still be able to get people, when the lights go out, you'll still be able to get people to accept dollar for a little bit. But it's like people hear me say one thing and they think it's like an absolute. Like there's no, there's no discrepancy between understanding like if the lights go out, crypto's not going to matter. The ATMs will be down. You maybe will be able to get people to take your cash, but that's why we have the silver. That's why we love the Second Amendment. That's why we have our essentials and prepping. The reason why I have cash right now on the sidelines is so I can buy more crypto, so I can buy more silver, so I can buy some real estate, invest in my business. So just to clarify that, because people get it twisted, they hear me say one thing, and they think that I mean like cash out all of your investments and just be in cash. That's not what I'm saying. But I like having some dry powder right now. I don't see XRP being a retail coin if it's for the bank, Shane, and that's the opportunity right here. That's why I want it. It's not for us. It's not meant for us. It's meant to solve bigger problems. The retail folks, me and you, Joe Blow, we have little problems in regards to the whole financial system, in regards to money. Our problems are so small. They're actually irrelevant on the world stage in the financial system. That's why I don't invest in coins that are for retail. I really don't. I mean, look at what I've invested in. XLM, kind of. You could say it's for retail. Okay, kind of. XDC, trade finance, that's for institutions, right? Algorand, has a little bit of retail utility, a little bit of retail developers building on it, mostly targeted for institutions. Same thing with all of the ISO cryptos, essentially, right? Yeah, that for me is the biggest opportunity. You know, all these blockchain gaming coins, this next deal, that deal, this NFT. has all been distractions. Don't speculate, just accumulate cash, silver, XRP. Johnny. What up, Johnny? Good to see you, brother. Chad, thank you for the super chat. Says, remind all 900 of us about the interview tomorrow. Yes. So, guys, tomorrow morning, Reggie Middleton. He's got the DeFi patents. Apparently, the word on the street is that everyone is going to have to do some sort of deal with Reggie, pay royalties. I don't know. I'm interested to hear. I don't want to say too much because I want to let him speak. I want to let him share his side of the story. But even Alan, I just interviewed Alan Staple, and he said, yeah, take a look. Basically, all of the DeFi that was built on top of Ethereum used his patent, used his technology. He actually sued Coinbase, I believe, for hundreds of millions of dollars. Before I speak on it any further, I want to get my story and all my facts straight, and then I'll just, tomorrow morning, guys, check it out. 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, 11:30 Eastern. Tomorrow morning, Reggie Middleton, it's going down. And this is what I'm looking forward to do going forward, guys. When I bring someone on my show, it's not an endorsement. It's not I'm buying their token. No. I want to hear this story because it has major ramifications in the cryptocurrency space. John, thank you for the super chat. Don't speculate, just accumulate cash, silver, XRP. I love it, brother. I want to give people the opportunity to share their side of the story. And as I continue to say, I want all truth revealed. Okay. And as I've been saying too, the whole space was built on a technology that doesn't even work that good. Ethereum and all of the ERC20 tokens, all of the DeFi was built on a shitty network. Did people make money on DeFi? Is DeFi the future? Yes. Yeah. Just like Alan said, DeFi is going to work. It is going to be the new system. And even he suggested that our bond market is going to be, tokenized and ran through DeFi, which we've been saying the same thing. We said that everything was going to be tokenized. They want to go as far as tokenizing your daily steps. They're gonna tokenize the amount of exercise that you put out. Your Apple Watch will track it, or the chip. You'll put Elon's chip in your brain, and it's gonna track your steps. It's gonna track your exercise, how many calories you burned, and you're gonna get paid in crypto rewards. That's how far this goes. On the big scale, though, bonds set to be restructured, revalued, tokenized, right? And then the other thing that gets interesting too is I guess this Reggie guy was trying to tokenize gold and silver too. He was getting into precious metals, and then they shut him down on that too. And here's what I've noticed is people that are a real threat to the system get taken down, i.e. Ripple, right? Now we'll see. We'll see if this guy's legit. We'll see if his company's legit. It's not financial advice. It's not an endorsement. But this is what we got to do as a platform that's trying to put out the truth, that's trying to get the news that matters most to you guys, help you understand the cryptocurrency space and the greatest opportunity in our lifetime. We got to cover this. We don't run away from the truth. We don't skirt around issues. We're not scared of anything. We go and we prefer to actually just confront it, right? Have the adult conversation. Let's do the interview, have the session. I'm really looking forward to it. Phil Azzy, 2-spot Canadian, we're doing an interview with Richard Hart. I would love to have Richard Hart on. I have not gone too deep on Hex. A lot of what I see I do not like. Richard Hart, very entertaining, turns off a lot of people, myself included, with some of his antics. But I would be lying to you if I said that I don't absolutely love the way that Richard Hart calls out the rest of the space on their BS. Because in regards to that, I 100% agree with Richard Hart. He is right about the Bitcoin maxis, everything that he says about them. He's right about the rest of the space being a bunch of BS. He's right about the centralized exchanges bending us over. Flexing that you got the most expensive watch, that you got the most expensive bag from Gucci or what. I understand why he's doing it. I'm not dumb. I understand marketing. I understand that in the unfortunate state of our society, we eat that shit up. So I get it. obviously not for me though. I don't like that. But nonetheless, I'm not, here's the thing. I would definitely have them on my channel, definitely have them on my platform, and let's learn about it. Let's have adult conversation. And then we get to decide, we get to invest accordingly. Whether we like them, whether we believe in it, it's not based off me. We get to expose it all. Lay it all out there. Eric, Hoover, 10 Spot, Zach, JV, Coach JV, and Lewis roundtable. Yeah, I saw that Coach JV and Lewis did a session. That's cool. That's I love to see all the new people coming to the cryptocurrency space and coming to the XRP army, bringing a lot to the table. I know I watched a video put out by Lewis about the ISO system, about how T2 is going to be like, I forget what it was, T1 or T2. It's another payment system that's going to be going live without further delay in November. And this is what I've been saying. See, I was going to make another little TikTok, another little short today, explaining this once again for everyone. In regards to ISO, let's clarify ISO real quick. Let's make this very simple for everyone. SWIFT member banks already had the opportunity to opt in to ISO messaging standard in August. So when the European Central Bank says that they're delaying till next year, when the Fed payments now says that they're delaying till next year, okay, that's fine. But as Lewis covered in his video, you have some networks are moving ahead in November. Some already started and some have postponed. Here's the bottom line. Do you own any of the assets that are ISO compliant that are going to run the new financial system? And why do we love the ISO coins? Because they fit into the messaging standard of SWIFT, T1, T2, and all these other huge networks. This is the standard, the protocols that they're all going to be adopting for institutions. That's the big turn on for the ISO. As far as, are we all going to get rich off of our ISO coins in November? I think that we're going to be pleasantly disappointed because for me, I'm saying right now, they're already opting in now. Some are delaying. This whole thing stalled out for another 3 months, at least in my opinion. Ripple versus SEC lawsuit, regulations, rolling over ISO. We don't get rich in a couple months. I don't think so. Okay. We get rich in like a year plus. I'm going to be honest. It's like 6 months minimum before I'm expecting to, now obviously Ripple versus SEC settlement, that's a whole nother world. We enter the new world that day when that Ripple versus SEC settlement settles up, when it's done and over. We enter the new world and we will have changed our lives. But for the rest of the regulations, for rolling over of ISO, for us getting rich, everyone wants to know, be patient. Be patient. And don't get caught off guard. See, this is where people get not only disappointed because everyone gets their hopes up, but you get caught off guard when the recession does last another 6 to 12 months. God forbid it lasts another 6 to 12 months. Where's your business going to be? Are you going to have a job? What's going to happen to the equity in your home? And what's going to happen to your cryptocurrency portfolio, your investment portfolio, your stocks? God forbid you got some bonds. I can't imagine. I put out that tweet today that this whole notion that bonds are risk-free. Unbelievable. The pitch that Wall Street has sold the American people on in the middle class and the whole 401k program. Unbelievable. John Ferguson, thank you for the 10 spot super chat. 2008 changes may have aided liquidity aid. The Fed gave Credit Suisse $1 billion 40-year loan, RE 10-year car loans. Prepare for inflation and shortages. XRP real estate, silver, let's go. REI vid drops Discord. John, you and I both know that this is an absolute blessing for us. When we hear 20% off on the real estate market, when we start to see what's coming, we've positioned ourselves accordingly. And the other beautiful thing, The longer that they stall us out and the more that they print, the higher the suppressed assets go after they flip the switch. After we get regulations, green light, okay, we're going to move on over. The suppressed assets will finally have their day. The longer that they stall us out and the more money that they print means the more digits that are going into XRP, silver, gold, suppressed assets. XLM. I would add XDC too. Thank you for the super chat, Johnny. Oh, TikTok, we got another subscription. There we go. We got now 5 subscribers on TikTok. I'm sorry that I missed who the 5th subscriber was. Huge shout out to everyone on TikTok. They made this new feature on TikTok where you can subscribe. $5.99 a month if you guys want to support the channel. Greatly appreciate it. All those petrodollars coming home. Absolutely, Jemmy. Absolutely. What's with the moon? Okay, a lot of people, I still get these comments in every single video that I refer to the moon, and they say, oh my gosh, I love your channel, but this is so discrediting. What does the moon have to do with it? I don't have time to explain it anymore. Put the moon phase indicator on your trading view. Look at the moon phases. Look at what happens around new moons, full moons. Put the full moon, the moon phase indicator on your trading view, okay? And then I'm just going to refer you to Waters Above. If you want the secret sauce on astrology and how the markets are moved by it, he's my go-to for that. So huge shout out to Waters Above. I'm just going to refer you directly to him for understanding the why. I'm not here to explain the why. I don't have time to explain the why. And Waters Above has it covered. So I'm just going to refer you to him. Much love to Jordan and his work. We love Waters Above. So if you're truly interested, you have an open mind, and you're willing to accept new information to add to your technical analysis, take a look at it. He will explain for you why they have ritualized the markets around the moon, around the eclipses, around dates, why they worship what they do, why they believe in what they do. That takes some time to get into that understanding, okay? But my most simple response is just put the moon phase indicator in your chart and see what it's done. And I will explain it right here for you. You see bullish energy around new moons, bearish energy around full moons. This is why, and if this discredits me, people want to say it discredits me, why was I able to predict in October and November of last year? I put out a video specifically saying that with 100% certainty, Bitcoin was going to top out and start its bear market on December 4th. We were able to do that because we saw in the previous 2 bull runs that Bitcoin topped out on the new moon of December in both bull runs, 2013 and 2017. So I said, wow, gee, what a coincidence. I wonder if it could repeat. Well, we got it halfway right. Bitcoin topped out in November, around the eclipse of November. Once again, we had back-to-back eclipses last year too. Bitcoin topped out at 69K, where there's a whole decode there with why it topped out at 69,420. But that's a whole different decode on numerology. But Bitcoin did not set a new high on December 4th, but that is the day that we got the 40% liquidation event, and Bitcoin did officially begin the bear market. So if that discredits me by talking about the moon, go back and explain that one. That was a bold prediction to say with 100% certainty that we were going to roll over and start the bear market on December 4th. Now, I was wrong about a new top coming in, but what difference does it make because we don't own Bitcoin anyways? Didn't care if Bitcoin topped out at 50K or 100K. How about all those 6-figure predictions for Bitcoin? Where'd all those guys go? Bitcoin to 100K. So that's why we study that pattern. That's why we study. I don't care about the why. I don't care about why they worship the moon, what calendar they're on. We only need to know it enough to take effective action. That's where I stand right now. If I had more time, if I didn't have a baby girl and a family to feed, I would still be, I'd have a little bit of time to spend a little bit more time in the decodes, the secret sauce. I drop just enough sauce so that we can take enough effective action, so that we can understand the market movements and not be emotional when we get the 40% liquidation on December 4th. I mean, imagine, I called it 2 months in advance to a T. Was I sad that my portfolio was going down? Yes, but we were able to predict the future, and we were able to be pretty spot on with that prediction. The only other thing that we got wrong last year was predicting that XRP was going to go into a bull run after Bitcoin. That XRP was going to begin its bull run into December and January at the beginning of this year. I was wrong about that too. So I don't care about being called wrong. And the trolls, the haters, their comments really don't affect me. I just come back on to clarify. I don't care if you think it's ridiculous that I talk about the moon phase. How do you think I've been 7 for 8 on my Bitcoin shorts over the last 3 months, 80% profit? Studying moon phase indicators, as well as putting it together with the rest of my technical analysis. Let me repeat that. Over the last 3 months, I've shorted Bitcoin 8 times. I made money 7 out of 8 times for an 80% profit. Exclusively shorting Bitcoin, 5x leverage, studying these cycles, adding it to our technical analysis. That doesn't include the current Bitcoin short that I'm in it right now as well. I'm hoping to make more money off of that. So yeah, I mean, for us, it's just like, well, man, if you think that it's nonsense, that's fine. Good luck, God bless. If you come, you have an open mind, you're willing to accept new information, and you say, wait, why did that happen? Why did Bitcoin top out in December of 2013 and 2017 on the new moon? What the hell does that mean? Does it mean anything? And how do we add that to our technical analysis? It's the same thing with when I told you guys 2008, 1987, 1929, the market crash panic events concluded during the Feast of Tabernacles. This year was October 9th and 16th. I said it's a window of opportunity. Look at it. If we start to crash, if we have a panic moment, I'm looking for it to conclude around that time. I'm not here to explain the why that happened. I could come up with my own theories on why that happened. Doesn't matter. It's another window of opportunity. It's another analysis that we'll add. Okay, we'll take a look. We didn't get a crash panic event. So there was no crash to conclude during the Feast of Tabernacles. Okay, that's fine. Where are we at now? Everything's still at play. And as we said, a lot of people missed this, but I did slip this in here. I said, be ready for a fake out around the first eclipse, the 1025 new moon, because we get the bullish energy around the new moons. I don't know about the why. Don't care about the why. I'm going to short the hell out of Bitcoin if it goes back above 20K. Here we are once again. Thank you. Place another order. Double down. Profit. We warned about this. 1025, new moon. Massive energy is going to be coming in for both of these eclipses, but be ready for the fake out, especially first, especially around the new moon. Then we go into the lunar eclipse, and in fact, I'm going to look up right now, full moon, December 2022. What's the date on that? December 8th. So, folks, this is what's going to happen. Let me lay this out for you guys. We are experiencing the bullish bull trap fake out rally that we expected around the new moon. That was potentially going to happen, has happened. Here we are. Bitcoin back above 20K, and now I'm seeing the predictions for 30,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. See how everyone goes bullish, everyone gets excited? And then we roll in to a full moon lunar eclipse on December 8th. And that's going to be the same day that we're having that midterm elections, if we have it. Folks, are you strapped in? Are you ready to roll? What an amazing time to be alive. And it's an absolute pleasure to break down this analysis for you guys and help you guys navigate this storm, man. I wish someone would teach me how to short. We can help you out in my Discord group, but my Discord group is not a trading group. I don't give out signals. I show my Discord what trades I'm making. But obviously, I share all my trades on here too because I have nothing to hide and I just don't care. And I try to be more transparent for you guys. But in my Discord group, I have a trading channel, and we also have members in the community that can help you set up trading and figure it out. But yeah, I don't do any courses on trading. I don't do any signals. I don't do any of that BS. But if you want to learn how to do it, we got people in our group that will help you out. What's your take on Proton XPR? Haven't taken a look at it. What's going on in here? Rapid fire Q&A. Not to mention the moon controls all of the tide waters on Earth. So you can see the physical energy, right? And now we take it, and by the grace of God, by the grace of whoever's in control, catch whatever vibe you want. For some reason, the market moves around that moon too, huh? November 7th and 8th is the next total lunar eclipse. Yep. Do you put in perspective in gematria? Eduardo, great question. So I used to do gematria all the time last year. Like I said, before I had my baby girl, before my hands were full, I used to spend more time doing that. Here's the thing. Some of it you can't explain. I mean, it's just like, why is that happening? Why do all of these terms equal that? And why did this event happen on this date at this time that numerically matches up by the code? Is it a coincidence? Or is God in control? So here's the deal. I wish I had more time because I do think it's fun. But like I said, no more time for that. And I just leave that up to other people within the community who I think are better at it. You know, it's not my expertise. What's up, guys? Thank you for joining me on TikTok. Oh, we got another subscriber. We're at 6 now. I missed that one. Here we go. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, guys, by the way, quick schedule announcement. I'm going to be setting my new schedule here. So Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. That is the schedule going forward. Obviously, you know, I'm going to show up late. I'm going to, have to adjust things as we go. But for the most part, mark it down in your calendars. Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. That is going to be the live shows. We're going to shoot for 3 a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Here we are Tuesday, 6:30. Got it going. We're going to get into this routine. I'm super excited. And then on Saturdays, that's when I do my Discord weekly call where I sit down, the Discord group, we all get together and we have a conversation about the market, everything that's going on. And it's so nice being able to be unfiltered, uncensored, and actually speak freely and not have to worry about the censorship commies coming for me and offending someone. We can have an adult conversation and really break things down completely. So Saturday mornings at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time is when I do my Discord weekly call. And then tomorrow morning at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, Reggie Middleton is going to be joining us to share his side of the DeFi story. Super excited about it. With that being said, guys, I am going to wrap up this session. I do appreciate all of you guys. If you guys can do me a huge favor, just please smash that thumbs up, hit that notification bell. And if you want to get tapped in, get the merch, get in touch with our community over at my website, zachrector.com. I greatly appreciate all the support, the new subscribers on TikTok, okay? And if you guys haven't already too, make sure that you're following me on Twitter. I've been trying to drop a couple things there every day, trying to give a little bit of, Twitter interjections into the conversation too. So make sure you follow us on over there. With that being said, thank you for all the super chats tonight. I love you guys. Take care, stay safe, and God bless you all. Thank you.